Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting the Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts, and I'm excited to introduce you to a new podcast series in partnership with Lord Fairfax Community College. Having provided higher education and career training for the past half-century, LFCC is tightly interwoven into the fabric of the Northern Shenandoah Valley and Piedmont regions. Join me every week for conversations with current and former students to hear their funny and inspiring stories as we learn about their journey to higher education, the role that LFCC has played, where they are now, and where they plan to go. We'll also talk to current and former professors about their experiences and best memories of LFCC over the past 50 years. Get every single episode as they're released on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab, or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for LFCC Stories. Hello and welcome to the Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. We are live in the studio. That's why you hear the giggling and the chuckling. My dear friend Dennis Lynch is here in the studio with me. He is an old radio guy.
Emphasis on the old part.
You know, you look much younger, even with the white hair.
Much younger than what is the question?
Much younger than old would imply. How about that?
That works. Hey, I'll take it wherever I can get it these days.
It is Tourism Tuesday because it is Tuesday, and the music festival shall carry on.
Woohoo! The Shenandoah Valley Music Festival back for its 58th, wait for it, its 58th consecutive season.
Now, wait, how is that possible? Did you actually manage to get some concerts in last year?
We had a 2020 summer season. Instead of starting in July, it started on Labor Day weekend, which is when we normally finish. But we had a season. It followed all the governor's guidelines. Our capacity was within limits. Everybody stayed 6 feet apart. The volunteers were all standing behind plastic. Kind of looked like a Woody Allen movie at some points. But yeah, we did it. We had 5 concerts, and everybody was safe.
And
we had a great time.
You got a lot of space there to spread out. I mean, it is beautiful where you have these concerts at Orkney Springs.
We do. Our site at Shrinemont is more than an acre. There's a pavilion where you stay dry if the weather goes bad, which it so seldom does there.
It's like the golf course.
That's right.
Rarely rains during a concert.
Exactly. You are exactly right. And also we have that huge lawn area behind. Fortunately, we went out earlier this year in the spring because we didn't know what the summer was going to bring. So we did all our measurements, and Shrinemont, the folks at Shrinemont were just absolutely fantastic about it. They freed up a little extra space in case we needed to do the pods again. Last summer we had to do the 6 foot square pods and keep them all 6 feet apart and all that stuff. So in case we had to do that again, went to all that work. But fortunately, the governor's restrictions were lifted, and we can all get back to normal.
Yeah, as whatever normal looks like these days.
I don't remember normal. Maybe it'll come to me. I'm sure it will.
So give me a refresher for people who may not know what normal is, or they've forgotten because it seems like it's been 10 years since we've started this whole COVID pandemic.
It does seem
the
like
music
that.
Festival, a wide range of performers come throughout the summer.
Yes, in Orkney Springs, Virginia, the Shenandoah Valley Music Festival, musicfest.org. We have a very wide range of performances, especially this summer. We've hired some folks that normally we wouldn't because of the size of the venue, but we're looking forward to a great summer because we have everything from the Four Tops all the way down to Labor Day weekend when we have some bluegrass, some Americana, and we got a little bit of jazz in between. We're even salting the pot with a little bit of, wait for it, classical hip-hop music.
What?
Have you ever
like
heard,
Hamilton?
Have you ever heard classical and hip-hop together used in the same sentence?
Because, Hamilton is rap, so...
Not quite Hamilton. Not quite Hamilton, but we're going to tell you about that a little later on.
I like it. I think that is awesome. I'm excited about the first concert you're having on July 23rd because I have actually met the Four Tops.
You've met the Four Tops?
Yes.
Oh, I'm jealous.
So I joked about you being an old radio guy. I'm an old radio chick, and my very first job in radio was as a salesperson at Oldies 106.9 over in Hagerstown.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And we used to do these concerts, and one of the concerts that the radio station sponsored had the Four Tops and the Temptations and Bowser from Shenandoah. And I got to meet all of them. I got to introduce them on stage. And so, yeah, I'm close personal friends with them.
Oh,
you should have called me. I would have arranged the whole thing for you.
I'm gonna drop your name.
Yeah, good luck with that. But that's going to be fun. They're always an upbeat, great performance.
It is a great performance, and I have news. We have not even announced this yet, but I have news. We have a Front Royal resident named Misha Heron was going to be opening for them. She's going to play a short solo opening set for them.
She is fantastic. I saw her perform here locally at Backroom Brewery. She used to be a regular over there on their Saturdays in the barn. So
Shenandoah County has stolen her away that weekend because she is at the Woodstock Brew Pub the night before, and she's going to be, like I said, doing a short support set to open for the Four Tops.
She is fantastic. How hard is it, though, to make sure that when you're putting these concert lineups together, you've got a wide range that's going to appeal to the broadest audience possible?
Some years it's a lot harder than other years. This year actually worked out pretty well. To be perfectly honest with you, we pushed a few concerts that we had signed up for last year. We pushed to this year because they wouldn't, either the artists didn't want to go out, or we couldn't have done them with the capacity limits that the governor had on. The Four Tops was one of those. So some of that we got kind of an early start on programming because of that. Others, we have a tremendous singer-songwriter named Aoife O'Donovan coming in. That's a slightly smaller concert than we would normally do, but the routing was there. And as I said, we didn't really know what the governor was going to allow us to program during programming time. So we alternated between taking a chance on big old honking concerts and smaller, more intimate kind of concerts.
And you always struggle, even prior to the pandemic, with the schedules of some of these performers because they have to, I would guess, be somewhere close to the area. I mean, they're not going to go from California to Orkney Springs and then to Colorado, typically.
Our goal is to get to that point where we can command that kind of performance, but we're not there yet. Aoife O'Donovan, for instance, is routing to us out of Wolf Trap. So that's a great place to catch people out of. One of the concerts last year, I will say that because it's germane to your point there. One of the concerts last year, we had an outstanding ABBA tribute, ABBA the concert. We had them
Andrew's
signed.
favorite band. I hope he's still in the car and listening because he's probably just going, I can't believe she said that.
We have tickets. We have tickets for you for that one, Andrew. But that we had to push that off to next year because although that band is touring later in the summer, we couldn't find a date for them. Our date was tied up with Wolf Trap the night before and a place in Atlanta that is like Atlanta's Wolf Trap. It's called Chastain Park the night after. And those two concerts fell through. So it's just like, I got bad news, Dennis.
Yeah.
See you next year, buddy.
And all of your concerts are on Friday nights and Saturday nights, and it's a different performer every Friday and Saturday night.
That's correct. It is a series of standalone concerts. Despite the name Music Festival, it's not a traditional music festival that starts like Thursday night and ends like Sunday morning. It is a series of standalone concerts, and actually on Labor Day weekend we do a Sunday concert as well.
And that's the Bluegrass.
That's the Bluegrass Mini Fest. We're trying to make it a little more Americana based this year than Bluegrass because we don't want to tailor our coat so tightly.
Well, and let me tell you, so I've never been a fan of bluegrass music, or at least I have always said that I was never a fan of bluegrass music. My husband loves bluegrass music.
I am gasping.
And, we got one of those Alexas a couple of years ago, and he's got his song lists and all that kind of stuff, and he plays it. We keep it outside on the patio, and every once in a while something will come up, and I'll be like, I like that song. And he looks at me and says, that's bluegrass, right? I'm like, oh, then I don't like it. He said, you already said. So I think maybe I do and just don't know what it is.
Well, also the lines are blurring between all genres. I mean, there's just you still have like hard traditional players in every genre, but they're blurring everywhere.
Crossover is kind of the way to be these days.
Exactly. A band that does a terrific bluegrass set is also going to do an outstanding Americana roots set or a jazz set or the headliners of the of what we're calling our Hot Strings and Cool Breezes mini fest. That is Steep Canyon Rangers. They're a band like that. They play killer bluegrass, but those guys are so good they can play killer anything.
They could play killer anything.
Yep.
So the season opens Friday, July 23rd with the Four Tops.
The Four Tops.
Saturday is Classic Albums Live performs Fleetwood Mac's Rumors.
We have never tried this band before. It's a group called a concept called Classic Albums Live, a group of terrific musicians, and they will go out and play a classic album, note for note, cut for cut.
And it's not always Fleetwood Mac. It could be Journey or it could be somebody else.
Frankly,
I say Journey. I'm dating myself again. Classic.
I shouldn't admit this, but our first choice for that night was Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, but that was not available. That was going to Chicago that night. And when you have a choice between Chicago and Orkney Springs, I'm here to tell you, you're going to pick Chicago. I don't get it personally, but you're going to pick Chicago if you're an artist. So we got Fleetwood Mac's Rumors,
which is nothing to sneeze at.
Oh my gosh, this is one of the 5 highest selling records in history. It's going to be a really cool night, and I'm wanting to see how folks in the Valley react to this concept, because these folks have albums from the Beatles, like I said, Fleetwood Mac, Pink Floyd. They got pretty much everything if it's a classic rock album.
Well, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to break. But before we go to break, I'm going to tell you that I met Mick Fleetwood.
You did?
And had no idea who he was. So there is quite a story behind that. When I was at a different radio station over in Martinsburg, I worked at WKMZ when I left Oldies 106.9. And I met Mick Fleetwood backstage at Nissan Pavilion. That's how long ago it was. It was still called Nissan Pavilion. So I'll tell you that story during the break. When we come back, can we go through and talk about Kansas and Phil Vassar and Nitty Gritty Dirt Band?
It's your show. We can do whatever you want to do.
Could you say that one more time in case Andrew is still listening? We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to continue our conversation with Dennis Lynch. He is with the Shenandoah Valley Music Festival, musicfest.org. If you want to go get your tickets during the break, we'll be back with more Tourism Tuesday in just a couple of minutes.
Got a financial decision to make or a goal to reach, but you don't know where to start? You've come to the right place. Introducing Quick Money Chats with the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program. Visit tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat to schedule a virtual chat with a staff member or trained volunteer. We won't tell you what to do, but we will give you the tools you need to choose wisely. And because Virginia Cooperative Extension is part of Virginia Tech and Virginia State, your land-grant universities, you can be sure that our information is credible and trustworthy. And you'll know that we aren't trying to sell you something. Maybe you want to improve your credit score, or reduce your banking overdraft fees, or even figure out if you can afford to buy that car. Sorting through tons of information on the internet can be overwhelming, and sometimes it can be hard to know who to trust. Schedule a Quick Money Chat and get the information you need to take action. Go to tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat and get financial education personalized for you.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Tourism Tuesday. We are live Tourism Tuesday. Have not done... Dennis, I don't think I've done a Tourism Tuesday since the beginning of the pandemic live. So look at you in the seat of honor.
I love live radio, and thank you for asking me over. I love coming to Front Royal.
Dennis Lynch is here with me. He is with the Shenandoah Valley Music Festival, musicfest.org. And it struck me, Dennis, as we were listening to Kemp do the weather and waiting to come back, does that bring back great memories for you? Because you used to be the news guy here at the station, and wasn't Kemp the station manager?
Kemp was the station manager hello those many years ago, and I used to occupy the office right across the hall from where we are speaking.
See, yeah, and
Just
you
like
still
old
come
home
back.
day. Well, I'm surprised you let me back after. Oh, no, we won't talk about that. That's for another time.
Yeah, that was before my time, so I just didn't know any better. Let's talk about Kansas. Let's transport ourselves to Kansas.
Okay, let's go to Kansas. Let's go to Kansas.
Carry on, my wayward son.
July 31st, Kansas, 70s rock and roll band. Their biggest hit, "Carry On, Wayward Son," sold like
a bajillion.
What is a number greater than a gajillion?
I know, right?
That's about how many records it sold. Like 50 times over platinum record, just huge hit. They've been on the short list for a lot of years, but we were lucky to get them, and I'm happy that they're going to be playing on a Saturday night at the end of July for us.
I am, I'm totally getting tickets for that. Are we going to be giving tickets away?
Yes, you are.
Nothing like putting you right on the spot because you could have said, no.
We're going to be giving you tickets.
I'm assuming we're going to be giving away Kansas tickets.
Yeah, I hope that Andrew's not like selling them on the side. No, he just sent me an email yesterday. In fact,
I might be selling them on the side, but that's a whole different story.
And I forwarded the list to our promotional staff. Okay, that would be our promotional person.
Yeah.
She is taking care of getting that order filled.
So you take a weekend off, right? Because Kansas is on Saturday, July 31st, and then the next concert isn't until Friday, August 13th.
That's right. We take, I just put that together.
Friday the 13th.
But it's going to be a lucky night to be in Orkney Springs.
Phil Vassar is amazing.
Because Phil Vassar is playing.
He's got pipes. Oh, my gosh. And he plays piano, too,
he
right?
He plays the piano. He has an amazing voice, and he does a terrific show. It's like watching a live wire on stage. The man is amazing. He's a Virginia native from Lynchburg. Attended JMU. Didn't get a chance to graduate, but attended JMU. Nashville beckoned, so he went down there and he wrote a ton of hit songs for every great country singer that
a ton of songs that you have heard other people perform and loved and have no idea that Phil Vassar's the one that wrote them.
That's exactly right. And then he said, "Hey, I can do this too." So
right?
he's been out amongst them touring for 20, 25 years or so. A wonderful show and not to miss.
I saw him perform once and he did it barefoot. I don't know if that was a thing or whether he forgot his shoes backstage or what was going on. It didn't affect the music at all. He was still a fantastic performer, but that's the one thing that stuck in my head.
We'll have to put one of our big rugs out on top. The plywood surface is kind of rough. We'll put
we
a
don't
big
want him to
rug
get
out
splinters.
for him. That's right.
And then I don't know. Do I know Black Violin? Is that something I don't know I know?
This is one of the best bands that you are not familiar with. These two guys who are classically trained, one on the violin, one on the viola. They play an absolutely unique style of music that fuses classical music, R&B, jazz, hip hop, a little bit of everything. And 5 minutes in, you are going to fall in love with these guys. I guarantee it. You're going to say, "Yeah, why have I not heard of these guys? Why has this been so long?" They are terrific. It's only their second time in the Shenandoah Valley. They were at JMU, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. But you're going to love the concert.
And that's one of the things, too, that I love when you put these series together every year is that you're not bringing in people that I could have seen 2 weeks ago or could see again in a month or two. You really do try to pick people that are going to be unique to this area.
One of the goals is to pick people that you're not going to be able to hear outside this area. But another one of the goals is to occasionally hire groups like Black Violin that don't but should have a real popular following. It's kind of we like to keep kind of an air of discovery about some of the bands that we hire too.
So I'm not even going to try to pronounce the performer for Friday, September 3rd. I'm going to let you do it because I'm sure you've practiced.
The Friday of Labor Day weekend, Madeline Peru. Peru, just like the
never
country.
would have guessed that that's how it's pronounced.
She is starting she is doing an anniversary world tour. She's doing a world tour of her biggest selling record, the anniversary of her biggest selling record. It's called the Careless Love Forever World Tour. We are the very first stop on that tour.
Nice.
We are. She played out once. Once at the music festival. She was on a bill with John McCutcheon and Roseanne Cash, probably 17, 18 years ago, something like that. But she is she plays this absolutely gorgeous kind of jazzy sort of blues music, and her voice is amazing. She's another one that you're going to love within 5 minutes.
And Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
That's what I've been waiting to hear about.
These guys were a push from last year also. It's just like, sorry, guys, can we do it next year? Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, we can do that. What can you say? This is one of the iconic bands in American music history.
Americana.
Kind of that, yeah.
Some would argue bluegrass. My husband would be one of those that argue.
I like to call them kind of a West Coast country kind of sound.
That makes sense.
They're in kind of the same department as the Eagles and some of those other bands.
Ooh, can we get the Eagles?
Let me tell you, the 3 favorite words of any concert promoter: sponsorships are available. You come up with the money, we'll get you the Eagles.
So I'm hesitant to say Andrew's name a third time during the show because much like Beetlejuice, when you say it 3 times, he appears, and he just left to head back.
Uh-oh.
So,
Uh-oh.
But yeah, he and I are going to have a conversation about maybe deferring some of my salary.
Yeah.
Would they come for $25?
An awful lot of your salary, I suspect. Right.
But that's going to be awesome because it's on Saturday, and that's Labor Day weekend.
Saturday of Labor Day weekend is a huge night for us for concerts. We love that night because we speculate a lot about why that's so popular for us, but we figure that it's a holiday weekend. People want to get out and give summer one last fling, and if sailing is your huge thing in life, if hiking is your huge thing in life, you've had like 8 or 10 weeks of summer to get that whole thing out of your system. Now you're looking for something else to do, and we are a major concert promoter, so come see us. That's a great weekend.
Andrew is listening. He just texted me and said we can talk. So if you can get the Eagles for $25, I am all in.
Loop me in on that discussion, would you, Andrew?
And then you mentioned it earlier, Hot Strings and
Cool Breezes. We have Steep Canyon Rangers. Are the headline act, and a magnificent duo called the Gibson Brothers are second on the bill. We're hiring a third band. We're not absolutely sure who that's going to be yet, but we're hiring a third band for that night. And the Gibson Brothers will also be doing a free guitar workshop.
They did that when they were here one other time, didn't they? Or somebody came and did a workshop.
We're starting a new tradition that final weekend. We've gotten some grant money from the Shenandoah Community Foundation, the Shannon Family Fund of the Shenandoah Community Foundation, to promote Appalachian string music. So we've been using that money that we get from them every year to hire. Give one of our bands playing that night a few extra bucks to do a string workshop that's free and open to the public. You don't have to come to the concert to come to the workshop, but you're going to want to after hearing a concert.
Okay, so here's my question. You don't have to tell me who. What has been the weirdest request? I mean, we see on TV sometimes that these performers go to these big arenas and they want bowls of only green M&Ms, or they want something completely crazy and weird. Do they do that when they come to small venues like yours? What's the weirdest thing you've had a request for?
That's hard to say, because sometimes they do. Sometimes they will send their arena, right, like a band that sometimes does small arenas. We're lucky enough to get them, and they'll just go ahead and send their huge shed or their arena rider, and it's just like, no, really.
Yeah, no,
Really,
we're not
what?
doing that.
But most of them are pretty decent. We before and this was 100 years ago, before blue corn chips were a thing. We had a performer say, "Okay, I need blue corn chips," and I'm saying to myself, "The heck is a blue corn chip? What do I like? Spray paint regular tortilla chips or something?"
What do you got? Just I love that.
You know, nowadays I would have crossed it out, but I was new enough in the business in those days to say, "Oh, that's what they want.
Yeah.
That's what I need."
And
to
do you
them."
hear those rumors too? I mean, you and I have had a conversation. There's one performer in particular that I would love to have come to the music festival, but I have heard that he has quite a list of idiosyncrasies that would be required for him to perform. Do you know that stuff in advance sometimes?
Yeah. I mean, the first question you ask when you talk about booking a band is, "Okay, send me a copy of the rider." That always includes the tech stuff, and it always includes the hospitality stuff. You need to know that what you need to buy in each of those departments before you make the offer. You need to know what those things are going to cost you. So I look at some of this stuff and I say,
Really?
Really? No.
I want to get to that point.
They can do
if
without
Andrew
that.
is still listening, I want to get to the point where I can dictate, that the studio be painted orange and, all of that kind of stuff. That's what we're going to work on.
He's probably going to say, just go
there's
see
a Lowe's down the
go see
street.
Go to the local hardware store, the True Valley Hardware, and
make yourself at home.
Yeah, knock yourself out, man. Leave your credit card there.
So how do I get tickets to all of this? What's the easiest way?
You can go to musicfest.org. It's the easiest site in the world to remember, musicfest.org. You can buy your tickets online there.
And rain or shine, these concerts are rain or shine.
Concerts go on rain or shine. There is no such thing as bad weather. No such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing.
And bring an umbrella. We did that the night we came down a couple of years ago when Piedmont Symphony Orchestra was doing, I think it was one of the Beatles shows that they were doing, and brought the umbrella, and it was lovely.
And I'm certain you needed the umbrella only for the sunshine.
Well, yeah.
Before the sun went down and the temperature dropped 15 degrees.
And see, that's the other thing. You're outside. It's cool and crisp in the evening. It is the perfect concert venue, I think.
I got to tell you, it got one concert last year, the Sam Bush concert on September 19th. It was like the coldest September 19th in the history of the world. It was winter coat night. By the time the crew finished all their putting away stuff,
they had icicles.
It was like 39 degrees. I promise it won't get that cold this summer.
Now, what about food? Can I bring food? Will you have food?
You can bring food. Many of our patrons bring a picnic and their favorite beverages to drink. We do not sell beer or wine, but you are allowed to bring your own. Or if you don't want to bring a picnic, our hosts at Shrinemont do a wonderful dinner there at the right on the grounds by reservation. You need to call them in advance. That phone number is on the website, which is, say it after me, musicfest.org.
Musicfest.org.
And it'll be a terrific dinner. And last year they were doing takeout,
which makes sense because it's just easier. And
I believe that their plan is to do the same thing again this year, so you can pick up your dinner over there and bring it over to the concert area and consume it there.
And parking is free.
Parking is free. Many other great restaurants in the area too. There's Bryce Resort. There's Basie Brew Hollow. There's all kinds of great options in that part of Shenandoah County.
And what time do the concerts normally start?
The concerts normally start at 8:00. There are a couple of exceptions. Black Violin starts at 7:00, and the Labor Day weekend concerts start at the Friday and Saturday start at 7:00. But in order to fit all the bands in on the Mini Fest bill, we start that one at 6:00.
Which makes sense because you got to give everybody time to actually perform.
That's right. Yep.
And what about pets? Can I bring the puppies?
Sorry, you need to leave Fido at home.
Thank you,
because
I think I would be more. I would not have to chase it around and pick up poop when I'm trying to enjoy music.
Rover needs to stay home. No rovering.
I can leave the radio on for them at home, and then it's fine.
There you go. Only if you leave on reruns of Tourism Today.
Yeah, well, no, I always leave on reruns of Law and Order because,
okay.
One of the dogs is named Briscoe, and every time they say that on Law and Order, he looks at the TV like, are they talking to me?
They're talking to me.
It's like the funniest thing ever, and yeah, that's my enjoyment that I get out of the puppies. So, but we've got to wrap up, so tell me again, where can people go get tickets?
Musicfest.org.
Easy peasy, the whole concert schedule is there.
Whole concert schedule there, all the concerts listed, all the dates listed, all of the FAQs are answered, the whole shooting match.
And I just need to reach out to any of those places and see if I can just come book a room from Friday, July 23rd through the whole season. So I don't have to miss any of them.
Now you're talking.
And then maybe I'll have more stories to tell. I went to a Shenandoah Valley Music Festival one time, and I got to meet Phil Vassar backstage, and he wasn't wearing any shoes, and it was the craziest thing I ever saw. Dennis, thank you for coming to hang out with me a bit.
Well, thank you for the invitation. It's always a pleasure to come over.
I don't think we would have had this much fun on Zoom.
I guarantee that.
I will be back tomorrow. It is the Valley Business Today. That one is on Zoom. Haven't recorded it yet. I'm meeting Sally Michaels on the Zoom screen this evening at 4:30. We're going to talk about all of the things that Frederick County EDA has going on education-wise. So that means WOW, that means Manufacturing Week, all of that. Meet me back here for that a few minutes after noon.